Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you can play a song by Calvin Harris called Outside. And we end up cabling this on 5th fret to kind of match the recording. We'll walk through a couple things in root position. And we start off some really cool arpeggios around some chords. And we start on an F major chord. We'll talk about some really easy options here. But normally you do this as a 1st fret bar, 2nd finger on the G 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the A 3rd fret, and the pinky on the D string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an F major bar chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now, I could substitute that if you're just starting out. It could be an F major 7, and normally you do that 1st finger on the B 1st fret, 2nd finger on the G 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the D 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds an F major 7 chord. It sounds really groovy. Or you may even dig on an F major 13 by doing 1st finger on the G 2nd, 2nd finger on the D 3rd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, the jazzy sounds of F major 13. Now from the F, we'll be going to a D minor chord. Normally you do this 1st finger on the high E 1st fret, 2nd finger on the G 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the B 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds like a D minor chord. It sounds so sad. It's the saddest key according to Beethoven. Now around D minors though, you may dig on lifting off the 1st finger, making that a D sus2, or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for a D suspended, and say some stuff around it. Or you may dig on a D minor 7 by doing the 1st finger as a mini bar. Everybody loves mini bars. On the E and the B string on the 1st fret, 2nd finger on the G string 2nd fret. I might jazz that up a little bit, and actually our lick kind of works a little bit around that chord. And then from the D minor, we'd be going to an A minor. And normally you do this 1st finger on the B 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the G 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, the sad sounds of A minor. Now around A minors though, you may want to lift off the 1st finger, you can add an A sus2, or you could add in the pinky on the B 3rd for an A suspended, kind of say some stuff around it. Or you may dig on lifting off the 3rd finger and making that an A minor 7, or adding in the pinky on the high E 3rd for an A minor 7, or you may even dig on an A 7 sus by doing 1st finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Sounds more unresolved, but especially if you're digging on the F major 13, you can work that to the D sus by lifting off the 2nd finger, and then work that into the A 7 sus. Really easy chord changes. And then from the A minor, or from A 7 sus, we'd be going to a G major chord. And normally you do this 1st finger on the A 2nd, 2nd finger on the low E 3rd, 3rd finger on the high E 3rd. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on putting 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Slightly more powerful G that can make that F to the D sus, to the A 7 sus, to the G really easy. And on that G chord, you'll hear the A string 2nd fret B note kind of come out of that, especially when the bass kicks in. And if you strum just the A string to the high E string, that's called G/B, or a G major, but with a B note on the A string in the bass. And through the tune, actually, you may want to work a couple different strumming options. You could kind of work kind of an 8 down count on each chord, kind of F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, D minor, A minor, G major, and I'm kind of adding a little bit of right hand muting to make that a little sneaky. F, D minor, A minor, G, or you can use a strum pattern. Now randomly on the downs before we leave them, you will hear almost a 3 plus 3 plus 2 idea come out of those 8 downs. So you may want to kind of think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 on your downs. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, D minor. Accenting those for the downs can be very cool through the tune. D minor, A minor 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, kind of an idea. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So if you took the F major 7 and just tried that a lot, You got down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we tried that through our progression. We got the F, D minor, A minor, G, F, D minor, A minor, G. And for myself, actually, I was digging on something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into two parts that are down, down, up, up, down. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that foot tap into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down. And what I mean by that is if you take the F and do it down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. And on the second beat, you do it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you do it up on 2, down on 3. So kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the last beat, you go down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, which would be a very, very quick pace for the tune. But if I was playing it out by myself, I could slow it down a little bit, make that a little bit easier. But if we tried that through it, F, D minor, A minor, G, F, D minor, A minor, G, which would be going really, really fast for the recording. So you may want to kind of experiment with that. Actually, if you're more advanced, actually that'd be really cool. If you're playing it out slow, that might make it easier. And there are some really, really cool licks through that progression through the song too, where especially at the very beginning you'll kind of hear this, where you can kind of take the F and we could do little arpeggios or broken chords. So instead of doing the strum over the whole chord, you may want to do a D, G, B, D, G, B, and then G, D idea, kind of with the pick. And you may want to take the flat of the right hand and kind of lay it down on top of the saddle. Might be kind of a cool way to kind of break up that F chord. So D, G, B, D, G, B, G, D. And randomly you should pause the tab and practice that. And then for the D minor, you can kind of work off the D minor shape. I actually kind of lifting 3, I'm just lifting 3rd finger of the F major 7. And then you could kind of go D, G, B, and then D, G, but then go high E on the 1st fret, and then open E. So you may kind of dig on that lick. So you got kind of the F idea, D minor idea, and then for the A minor, you may want to hold down the regular A minor, and it would be going A, D, G, B, and then A, D, B, G. So it's a little kind of strange. A, D, G, B, A, D, B, G. And then on the G chord, you may want to hold down just that 3rd fret on the low E, and then you'd be going low E, and then G, B, and then low E, D, G, B, G. So we get a little 3 plus 5 idea. G, O, O, 3, O, 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 O. So all the way through that lick, if you wanted to kind of follow that, you have kind of that 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, O, 2, 1, O, 2, 1, O, 2, 1, O. And then the A minor, O, 2, 2, 1, O, 2, 1, 2, and then G, 3, O, O, 3, O, 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 O. So kind of your F idea, D minor idea, A minor idea, and then your G idea. Might be kind of a cool way to kind of work that, or you could even do more open-ended kind of arpeggio ideas, just breaking up the chord any way that you wanted to, especially if you're playing it out. You may want to kind of experiment with just playing individual notes of the chord. Or actually, that could work too. Actually, kind of a bass G, B, E could even be kind of a cool arpeggio idea. And randomly later on, you'll kind of hear like a little cool brass lick actually. It kind of comes out where you can play first fret on the B and then second fret on the G string twice, and then open D, second on the G twice, open G, and then 2 on the G, and then 1 on the high E, open E, and then open A, and then first fret on the B string twice, and then 3 on the low E, and then 3 on the B string twice, and then open B 3 times. And if you wanted to, you could even throw in a low E on the first fret to kind of kick that off. Actually, you have low E 1, and then B string 1, and then 2 2, open D 2 2 0 2 1 0, open A 1 1, 3 on the low E 3 3 0 0 0 1 1 2 2 0 2 0 2 1 0, open A 1 1, 3 on low E 3 3 myself, actually, I was kind of digging on kind of keeping those basses going. This is a little bit more advanced, but if you're into fingerstyle, this could be cool to kind of try and keep a steady 8th note pulse with the thumb randomly. So I'm doing my 8 down count, but now on the bass notes, actually kind of low D on the first fret's an F note, open D is your D note, open A is kind of for the A minor, and then 3rd fret on the low E is for your G. And you may want to kind of experiment with bringing out with those notes and kind of working the fingers around it. Or you're kind of varying it up a little bit too, but kind of adding in more basses could be a cool idea. So you might want to kind of experiment with that. That could be kind of a cool thing if you're interested in that. Now the weird thing is to play along with Calvin Harris, instead of starting on an F, starting on a B flat major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 5th fret, then now your F is really a B flat major, and your D minor is really a G minor chord, and your A minor is really a D minor chord, and your G major is really a C major chord. But to take it from the very beginning, you may want to use those licks. Actually, we were talking those little arpeggios to kick it off, kind of that. Or even kind of more open-ended arpeggios. Or you could work the down idea, kind of that. Bass notes, and a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, you're throwing a bass note for the chord. So on the F major 7 you have D for the bass, on the F bar you have low E for the bass, on the D minor you have the D for the bass, on the A minor you have the A for the bass, and on the G you normally have low E for the bass, but you may want to bring out the A string to make that G slash B a little bit clearer. So you have the F, D minor, off a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, or a bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, or a bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down, up. Could all be cool variations. Like I said, that'd be really fast for the tune, but definitely something to practice. other licks, kind of that 1, 1, 2, 2. Or you may want to try that hybrid picking, kind of using the pick and a finger. It could be cool to make that lick. That way your pick's a little bit closer to the basses. Just working the fingers for that part. Or kind of adding in extra basses. So now I'm doing kind of a quarter bass. And that can be very tricky rhythm-wise, but definitely something to practice. Or you could try that 8th note bass note, kind of doubling the thumbs. And the trickiest part of all that would be how you're going to line up your timing with the thumb between the melody. So we want to experiment with it that way too. Or if you know the licks around these chords too, experimenting with those chord shapes we were talking about, or other strum patterns even, to kind of mix it up and kind of make the song your own. You know, feel free to take this lesson and kind of run with it any way you want to. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Outside by Calvin Harris. So, good luck! Hi, wherever you are in YouTube land. This is Munson Summer with Munson Music Live, Munson Guitar Songs, Munson Covers, and Munson Jam Tracks. Thanking you for watching this video, and I hope you got something out of this video. I hope you like this video and subscribe to the channel to see lots more like it. I'm always open to your requests. If you have a song that you love, please let me know so I can write it down on the request list so I can add that to it, because there are probably other people out there who love that song too and would love to learn how to play it. So thanks so much for all the love that you give me, and I hope that you're doing well and kind of figuring out how you can talk with the instrument. We are a small music shop in the middle of nowhere in South Carolina, and you're supporting us by watching this channel. Really appreciate all that love. So best of luck, and let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you in particular too. You can contact me on Facebook. You can leave a message here in the comments section, and I respond to all the comments that I get. So best of luck to you wherever you are.